Kia ora and welcome. Seems like the best way to start a workshop on energy clearing and unplugging is with some Palo Santo, a nice weapon in order to help to clear our energy field, protect us. Another one is obviously sage. I just love the smell of Palo Santo. Anyway, welcome. My name is John Van Hunen, and I would like to create the space to dive deeper into energy hygiene and what that looks like. It's something that I'm hugely passionate about. I'm a breathwork facilitator, and I have traveled extensively as a facilitator, but I also trained with Awaken, who are, in my opinion, the best of the best in the business in regards to breathwork. Uh, it's still an industry which is somewhat unregulated, which means that, yeah, things like energy hygiene aren't always considered. And it's, yeah, another reason why I'm super passionate about it, because I know the importance of it. I've also seen the way it can, yeah, change my life. Uh, but yeah, this call is going to look like I was going to dive into a little bit of my experiences with energy hygiene and energy cord cutting and whatnot. And then we'll drop into some breath work and some, yeah, a bit of guided meditation, then some disconnecting any energies that are no longer serving you. Then we'll lean into some tools that you can take forward with you in your day-to-day life. And yeah, then close up. I think that's the extent of how things are going to look today. Uh, yeah, I mean, this aspect of energy hygiene can look like all manner of things. I'm reminded of a friend of mine who loves to do YouTube guided meditations, and had been feeling in a real funk for a long time. Like people were ignoring her, and she just didn't feel seen. And something clicked in me that I just thought, I should ask if she's been doing any energy hygiene practices recently, any unpluggings. And I kind of had to harass her a little bit about it. But eventually she did one. And a few weeks later, she messaged me just saying, "Oh my God, my whole life feels different right now." Like she'd be walking down the streets and people were ignoring her, and now people are like smiling at her, and she feels so seen and lighter. And it was just really beautiful to to be able to offer that guidance and to see the real life benefits of doing things like cord cutting. In my personal experience, uh, I've had opportunities where I was working with someone and it was feeling really in alignment, and I was going, and things were all falling into place. And then I had a little bit of distance from the person, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do a cord cutting workshop and just see where this lands. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm making a huge mistake. This isn't what I want at all. But it wasn't without having that space to disconnect those cords that I was able to see that clearly from my own intuition. And I think it's really important to point out that this is there's never any, very rarely nefarious uh, energies at play, and it's purely just often purely just human interaction. And there's a natural power dynamic when we communicate with others. It's nothing untoward. It's just the nature of communicating with humans. uh yeah, and then I guess that leads me to relationships and the benefits of if you have been in a romantic relationship, maybe it's a friend or a family member, and you feel like maybe there's an inkling that there's an energy dynamic at play. This can be a cord cutting or unplugging. I prefer unplugging as opposed to cutting because um, we allow ourselves to absorb what we need and let go of what we don't, and there's no like energy just flapping out because it's been snapped off. We're unplugging and we're calling our energy back and we're letting the other person's energy go back to them as well. Uh, yeah, so in my personal experience, yeah, after relationships or romantic relationships come to an end, this can be a really beautiful time to use these tools to create space. Another example is just in daily life, where you are stepping through others' energy fields and entities, and, depending on how esoteric you want to get with it. I had an experience recently where I was at the mall and I was just minding my own business. I just felt like the energy was a little bit off. So I called in my angels and I just asked to be protected while I was in that space. And out of the blue, a woman that I hadn't even been speaking to next to me says to me, "Oh, don't worry, you're safe." I was like, "Excuse me?" Uh, yeah, I just took that as a sign, like, oh wow, so this stuff really works when we ask for support. Uh, yeah, it's given, but we have to ask for it. That's the most important thing. Yeah, and I mean, I guess the final aspect of energy hygiene and the dynamic that I want to play on is the difference between swearing and cursing, because you know historically we're told that we shouldn't swear, and in my opinion, it's just words, and if uh, it really depends on how we use them. So if you are to use the F word, it's just swearing. But if we're using that directed at someone, or if we are speaking illly of someone, that's cursing, and that's a different story. And that's where these dynamics can start to come to play. So it's really, yeah, important to be conscious of the wording and the way you speak about people, because we can unintentionally, uh, yeah, cast negative energy towards people. Yeah, I think that's the extent of um, the examples I wish to convey in this call about energy hygiene and all that goes on with it. And I think I'd like to start with a practice. So, yeah, if it's available to you, maybe finding somewhere to lie down, grabbing a blanket, or just sitting somewhere comfortably. And we're going to do some breath work, just a short breath work practice, and then a guided meditation. So yeah, if you want to pause this video for a second while you get comfortable, I'm just going to put a playlist on, and yeah, so just when you're ready, closing down your eyes, just bring your awareness to the sensations within your body, your breath, just noticing how you're feeling in this present moment. Where is your energy leaking? And on the count of three, we're going to begin with our conscious connected breaths. We're going to do 55 breaths together. And those breaths look like a forced inhale and a side relaxed exhale with no gap in between. So it's a cyclic breath. We're going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Just making that breath inaudible and that exhale audible. Breathing deeply into the belly. And this time to draw our energy up from the soul of the earth, the center of the earth, into our heart space. And each breath out, releasing it back down. Just finding a pace that suits you, not worrying about how long or how many breaths you're doing, just focusing on the breath, focusing on the inhale and the exhale. Just trusting in the process as you call the energy back into your body. Just relaxing your mouth and jaw. Where else can you soften in your body? Halfway there. Maybe you'd like to breathe a little deeper or a little faster. Just finding a rhythm that suits you as you draw that energy back into your body. Just bring your awareness back to your breath. Just 10 more breaths. What is it that needs to be released today? What connections is it time to let go of? Where does more space need to be created? The highest good of all involved. 3 more breaths left. 2, and on the out breath, we're going to hold. So breathing in one last time and letting it all go and just holding for as long as feels comfortable. And whenever you need to, coming back to breathing in through the nose. Coming back to that restorative breath. Asking yourself, where is it my energy is flowing that I need to redirect back to myself? Just breathing in through the nose whenever you need to. Just knowing that any tingling or sensations in the body is completely normal. Maybe there's emotions arising. Just knowing it's safe to sit with those. Just breathing gently in through the nose, out through the nose. And just bring your awareness now to your body. How's your energy feeling right now? Are you feeling lighter, or maybe there's a density that's arisen? Just knowing that it's safe to feel that and it's completely normal. And soon we're going to do a body scan with our eyes closed, just imagining we're looking across our body and noticing if there's any cords that are extending out to other beings or entities or individuals that feel like they aren't for your highest good. Maybe you see some from your knees or your hips, back or your chest. It's going to take a moment now to call in your guides, your angels, the support of beings for the highest good of all involved, calling in Archangel Michael to help us with this process. As we begin to disconnect and unplug ourselves from these cords, you may like to reach out with your hands and imagine yourself disconnecting these cords. Letting the energy go back to the individual, back to source, as you call your energy back to your body, back to your energetic field. If there's anything that no longer serves you from that cord, that may be sent back to source to be transmuted for the highest good. It's taking your time now to make your way across your body, disconnecting those cords. Knowing it's safe to do so. Just trusting that only energy for the highest good is being reabsorbed back into your field. The rest is being transmuted back to source. And so it is. It's imagining now a stream of golden white light coming from the center of the universe down through the crown of your head. As it moves down through your body, it's filling any space created from these energetic disconnections with golden white light, refilling and refueling, re-energizing. Repairing any holes that may have been formed in your energetic field, in your auric field, in your chakra system. Replenishing, rejuvenating, revitalizing as it flows down through your third eye, through your throat, filling your heart, your chest, making its way down your arms to your fingertips, down across your solar plexus, down through to your hips, around your knees, over your thighs, down your legs, back to your feet, back down to the source, the soul of the earth. Feeling that energy flow right through your body now, cleansing, clearing, repairing, revitalizing, restoring. Feeling expansive, breathing deeply into that expansion and letting it all out. Noticing now how your energy field feels. In a moment, an energetic field is going to create itself around you to protect you. And it is doing so now, just trusting the color, the texture. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Feeling that it encapsulates you. Knowing that it's protecting you for the highest good of all involved. Just trusting whatever comes through and knowing that you can call back that energetic field whenever you need to as a daily practice. Maybe there's a particular being that wishes to support you in this. Softening into that sense of safety, security, protection. Knowing that you are taken care of. Taking another big breath in through the nose and letting it all out. Letting all that tension and stress out of your body. Knowing it's safe to lean into the safety of this shield. That only energies of the most highest light may enter. Taking another big breath in through the nose. And letting it all out. Like feeling the energy flow down through the ground, down through your body, down to your feet. Noticing the sensations in your body now. How do they differ from before this experience? Knowing this is your new normal. Back to this place whenever you need to. Gently beginning to bring some gentle movement back into your body. Rolling your shoulders, wiggling your fingers and toes. Maybe you'd like to rub your palms together, creating some friction. Placing your palms over your closed eyes. And blinking your eyes open gently, feeling the warmth of that newly created energy on your skin. Just blinking your eyes open and grounding yourself back into the room around you. This practice is now complete, and yeah, just noticing how you feel now. Now, after we complete these energetic hygiene practices, especially cord cutting, we can find that individuals may try to reach out to us and they've felt that connection, whether they realize it or not. And it's important now that we bring in our boundaries and express what feels good, right, and safe to us. And yeah, trust that we have the answers within us. As far as a daily practice around energetic hygiene, it's, now that you have your own shield, you can use that. You can call that in whenever you need it. You also have your tools, Palo Santo and Sage, should you feel the call to use them. Yeah, and remember that you can really charge up that shield with a bit of breath work as well. Maybe 10 breaths just to really get it energized and kicked into gear. I personally love to call in my angels as well. Archangel Michael is a big, yeah, a powerful guide of mine. So I decided I'd use this deck to kind of close out this call. We'll just pick a card. Lean into God and angels for support. The prayer on this is, Dear God and angels, I give you this, and maybe you'd like to describe what the scenario is. Now and completely, I trust, I step out of the way and allow divine miracles to shine through everyone and everything involved. Yeah, I hope this workshop was a benefit to you. And yeah, if you wish to learn more about breathwork, there's other videos on my channel which may be of use, or feel free to reach out to me. It's a process that I feel super passionate about and has changed my life in so many ways. I do one-on-one sessions and group work. The online space is new to me, but I will be stepping more into that in the future. Um, but yeah, just sending you all love and gratitude for supporting me on this journey. And yeah, let me know what you thought of the video in the comments or reach out. I really appreciate it. It gives me, yeah, gives me scope to work with. If there's anything else you'd like to see me create, then I'm all ears. I really love doing this sort of stuff, so that would be awesome. But yeah, that's it for me, family. Much love, and I'll see you next time.